So we're really excited to be able to announce that the iconic portrait of Richard III is going to come on loan from the National Portrait Gallery to be on display at the Yorkshire Museum for 3 months from summer 2020. Alongside that portrait, we're going to put on a display all about the life of Richard III and how his connections to York. So this portrait of Richard III that's coming to us is hugely significant. It is probably the iconic image of one of the most important kings in the history of medieval York. It's that iconic object of an iconic king right here on display in the place where it means the most. It's really coming home back here to York. So we're really excited to have the portrait here, and one of the reasons for that is we're going to put it into a much bigger exhibition, bringing in other collections that we already have in the museum. So we're going to display it alongside some of the best objects of that period of time, stuff connected to the life and times of Richard III in York and indeed across the region. And we think that actually by bringing those two things together, it's much stronger. It gives a much more rounded picture of the man who can, I suppose, divide opinions, and this will be a chance for us to kind of look again at all of those. We're really excited to bring the portrait here and to display it alongside our collections because we have some of the best collections in the country related to Richard III. He's only king for a very short period of time, so there's not a lot of material, but right here in York, in the Yorkshire Museum, we have these wonderful objects that we can connect to his life and times. We have ball badges that were given out to his supporters as a symbol of their allegiance to the king. We have a hoard of hundreds of silver coins buried at the time when Henry VII comes to defeat the supporters of Richard III. And perhaps most importantly of all, we have the Midland Jewel, which is one of the outstanding pieces of 15th century archaeology in the whole of England. Found at Midland Castle, where Richard III lived, along with his wife Anne Neville, and probably worn by a very high status woman, conceivably even the Queen herself, in the late 15th century.